But damage they do have in spades. Oh man, could we not fight each other? Let's see, if I have to turn it into him, I should go and do these first. It'll make more sense that way. Master of friendship for everyone. Yeah, you do a lot of damage. If you're looking for suggestions for next class to do, Demon Hunter they're fun too, very anime. Yeah, we could do that. As suggested by my good friend. I think he's still in Zuldazar, my last one. My only one. I have another one. I have a... Because I started so high level, it was like the perfect thing to create for BFA, because you could like immediately start checking out the Alliance stuff.
Come closer, my new friend.
Defeat Sire Denathrius. In the cutscene only, though. 140, 138, so immediately the chest piece is just a bigger upgrade. Man, that helm has good stats on it, though. Meta is probably the coolest cooldown.
But not without a fight.
It was cool for Demonology Warlocks when they had it back in the day. That'll be kind of fun seeing that, because I never leveled shit. Like, I only ever leveled two things when Wrath was current content. One of them was my Druid to 55, and then my Death Knight to 80. And then eventually my Druid to 80. So, those are the two oldest classes that I have any modicum of experience on. What did you want me to do?
Come, gather up as much of this animal as you can. This type of binding is temporary, but strengthen the battle to come.
But yeah, meta's pretty cool. Like, it's a cool class. It's very acrobatic. Lots of jumping and swooping and... It's just they were a little too edgy for my taste when they first came out. Like, even whenever they talk, I'm out of range. I don't have a target. It's like, whoa. This dude's like hella edgy. Give me all this delicious animal. Like, comically edgy. Like, I like edgy stuff. Death Knights are edgy, but like, if you make a Death Knight seem less edgy, you gotta ask yourself, how edgy are you? If you make a Death Knight seem less edgy than you. Oh, they're the edge god. Yeah. Like, Death Knights are all like, Sapphire Well. Meanwhile, these dudes are like, I've given up everything. What have you given? It's like, okay, calm down. Easy now. A little too comical. Like, I couldn't take them seriously. And the fact that, like, Illidan was also, like, at the helm and doing the shit that he was doing, it was a bit much. But now that it's been a couple of expansions, I'll give them a try. Other than that, I've pretty much played like every class imaginable to like somewhat high level. This is my 4th level 60. It might be. Supposed to awaken dudes, right? Great stone dragon, have you awakened? I've given up everything. What have you given? Yeah, that's pretty much. I can't read that all out. I would like start to laugh. But my moderator is basically saying like every single fucking time you talk to one of those dudes, like that's all they say. How are you still alive? Oh, I think she's on leave. Okay, who do I have to... I just saw it. There he is. I was about to say. They all say that in the order hall, yeah. Because they were like the newfangled class in that expansion, I definitely made one during Legion. I even got it to 110 at some point, but I never did like high-level stuff on it. That expansion, I started off as an enhancement shaman, and then I switched to demonology warlock because demonology was really fun in that expansion. And then my grandma died that December, and it was kind of like a bummer. Like, really doing anything. Even if it was just to take my mind off it, it was just kind of, ow, ow, ow. Why are you doing so much damage to me? Why am I dying? What's going on here? What the hell was that all about? It... Like 1k, 1k, 3k, what in the hell? How did I die? Well, whatever, they totally got my goose. But yeah, because like my grandma died like at the beginning of Legion, kind of sucked a lot of fun out of everything. And then on top of that, I was in my first year of grad school, and I knew that if I didn't force myself to stop playing WoW, that I would 100% focus on just playing WoW instead of doing what I was supposed to do, like homework and shit. It was the right choice to make because you don't get fucking... Unless you sign up for a scholarship, you don't get fucking Pell Grant money for grad school. All that shit's like out of your own pocket. So I had to make sure to pay extra attention to not get kicked out and shit. And I mean, I took a break from school on good terms. Like, I have like a 3.7 GPA or something. If I ever wanted to go back, I could. I don't want to, but I could if I wanted. It's not something I'm interested in doing anymore. I'm not interested in that lie they told, man. Did I give up everything? No, not in the way that they did. Did I give up everything? No. I left on good terms, actually. Quite the opposite. Didn't really sacrifice much. I did put myself in debt, though. That part sucked ass. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, some money I borrowed to build this computer, and some money I borrowed to take a trip to California to visit my best friend. Not financially sound, but that's what happened. Oh dear, without somebody like taking for me, oh dear, oh god, oh. Yeah, I really need to wait for those guys to like show up. But I did get to go see Black Sabbath in 2017 because of that. I got to visit my friend one time. We went to go see Black Sabbath, and then I got to go a second time because he graduated grad school with his PhD. So I don't regret those choices.
Stone Right's blessing.
I regret the debt part. That part sucks ass, but going to California was cool. It made me realize I never want to live in a big city. the sheer amount of people that are just everywhere I didn't like.
Confront your past, or
This
be
was once the
condemned.
master field,
Seeing
but
Black
still
Sabbath was one
legion.
of my dreams,
Watch the
so
skies.
getting to see them live, and we had,
They
even
are
though like they
watching
weren't
us.
like super expensive seats, like we got to see, I saw Tony Iommi, he was like right in front of me, and it was amazing. One of my guitar heroes. Seeing Ozzy for the second time live. The first time I saw him was in 2007 when Ozfest was free for that year. Me and my dad went, but my dad didn't have a driver's license, so we couldn't. He couldn't like stay the whole time. You home? Did you check the mail by chance? Manje Konheim Roth.
No, should I go?
They said that my package arrived last night at 3 in the morning at the post office, and they're expecting it to be delivered by the 17th. But if it got here early,
So go check the post office?
no,
or
check
here?
check our thing.
Okay. Do you want anything? for the
She's in
baby?
the bathroom. I looked up what I was supposed to do with her, and like because like I don't know, I don't want her wound to like get messed up. They said you're supposed to like cat proof your room so that she's not jumping and she's walking up stuff, which I don't have like a little booster for her to walk up. And
She's been jumping up and walking up the beds.
I know, but like if you look at her stomach, she's got like a little ball, and I don't want her to get messed up, so I looked up the things that you can do. You can either cat proof your room by putting stuff that they can walk up, or you put them in a small bathroom, it said. So I put her in the bathroom.
Well, that's torture for her.
Yeah, but I don't want her.
Well, then put her in the carrier at least.
I did put her in the carrier, but like she's also cries in the carrier. Like I don't know. Like I know.
Craven, do not make me destroy you.
Did he sing to me? Well, he wasn't looking at me.
Trust me now. Stand down.
Prepare yourself for defeat.
But
Stand down. We do as we are ordered.
like Tony Iommi was right there. That was fucking sweet. Oh, I didn't finish my Ozfest story. But no, me and my dad went. It was in Albuquerque. Ozfest was always in Albuquerque whenever it came by
Raven keeps them distracted.
our
We
parts.
must gather as much anima as we can if we are to face
What?
Denathrius.
Oh, well, she's not being held prisoner. I'm doing it so that her wound heals better. I mean, you're right. I don't have any kind of box that she can climb up, so. But yeah, we went and saw him. He was solo, and then whenever we saw him in California, he was part of Black Sabbath, and that was awesome. So do I regret it? No. Like whenever you look below her little scar, you can kind of see that there's kind of like a bump there. Okay, if you say so. I was just concerned. I thought maybe I should put her in a place where she's not jumping and like injuring herself. So that's all she's been doing is jumping. Oh dear. A lot of stuff. I'll let her out. If you think that's a good idea, I'll let her out. Because, like, for sure she can't be playing with the other cats while she's not fully healed yet. Like, it's going to take her, like, 10 days to fully heal.
Ooh, look who's coming. Can I get you more? Please.
My camera's on. Just as long as you don't appear behind me, you'll be fine. Okay, I'll keep her in the room here. Yeah, he followed in here. Yeah, you have to go out the secret entrance. Let me see. We went. Where did we go? I went to. Well, San Jose is where Black Sabbath played. That's where we went. he was living in San Francisco at the time. I'd never been to San Francisco. I'd never been to California. Prior to that, the only other state I'd been to was like Arizona and I guess Texas. I mean, Texas doesn't really count. We're super close to Texas, but to be technical, I've been to Texas, Arizona. That was my first time in California. I've been to Colorado now because that's where Jeremy lives now. But San Francisco was pretty cool. Oh, Hawaii, yes, thanks, I forgot that. Yes, Hawaii, I've been to Hawaii. I was gonna go to school there to get my degree in Japanese, of all things. I wanted to be a Japanese teacher at some point in my life. Not so much anymore.
Gather what anima you can, and then we move on to Nathrius.
Being a teacher in this country kind of blows. If I'm being perfectly honest. Oh my god, everything has so much health! Yo! But San Francisco was pretty cool. Did we go to any clubs? I don't think we did. Ow. Oh, there's water down here. Did he DJ? Cause like that's the kind of like his hobbies. He does a lot of like DJing and stuff. I want to say we did.
Poor Renethal. I had so hoped.
I think he DJ'd one of the times I was there. I met some of his friends who were like rich, bratty people. That was definitely a thing that happened. Kind of funny, I guess. Save me, Stoneborn. Public school teacher. Yeah. That shit sucks for sure. And the amount of work that you have to put in to get your degree to be able to do that is like a pain and not worth doing. Like, public school teacher is like one of the few degrees that's like fucking 5 years when most degrees are 4. It's pretty nuts. The amount of shit you have to do. But I was going to go to school at the University of Manoa, Hawaii. It was in Honolulu, so I was in Honolulu for a day before I came back home because I was like severely depressed. And it was just going to be really fucking expensive, and so I decided not to go through with it. Yeah, I've done a decent chunk of stuff in my time. Oh. Save me, Stoneborn. Dragonborn. Yeah, but at one point, I wanted to be... like, teaching 5th grade would have been okay, but then, like I said, the amount of shit you have to do is kind of whack. Just a little whack.
Hello.
And working at a college seems fine enough, but it depends on what kind of college it is, you know. If it's a research college, that's literally all you're doing. Apparently Jesse Cox used to be a teacher, oh yeah? It doesn't pay well enough for the amount of shit you have to do. And most people treat you like a fucking slave. It's your fault their kid is failing. It's your fault the school doesn't have enough funds. You have to come up with your own lesson plan. You have to get there before the day starts. You're often leaving after school has let out. They don't pay you overtime. I like how Renethal... What did you think was gonna happen? Maybe I should stop running at him. It's like he's not the sharpest tool in the
Was
shed.
your valiant last stand?
Where are you in this cutscene? Yeah, I have no idea. I guess I'm just back there. He told me, leave it to me. If I run at him during this long corridor where his sword can like repeatedly
But
stab me.
instead of learning from their suffering, you've become one of them. You just needed to
Why
obey.
does Denathrius not have
How
sharp teeth, but like
fortunate
all the other
you
men there
are
do?
to witness the splendor of what is about to unfold.
I can't have my minions
Every
looking as
precious
attractive
drop
as
of
me,
venom
so their teeth are
so
just gonna be hideous.
painstakingly wrung from the tortured souls of lesser beings, now paves the path for the banished one to reclaim what was his. And once his liberation is secured, it shall be by his will that all is washed away. The only power that will emerge from this torrent of change is death.
But why?
Death and those who shaped its victory.
For what purpose?
Someone will stop you, Denathrius.
Because it's evil.
Do not speak.
He doesn't seem to be a vampire like the rest. Yeah. Oh, the precious anima. Fool. I'm not going to kill you. Now go and tell others what you've seen here.
Remember this lesson.
The Lord of Dread. You must choose your covenant. I guess it doesn't really matter what I pick. You can just change it at any time. But Brombust. I don't know. All of them seemed kind of okay. Weapons of Order was the least interesting one to me personally.
Welcome, my fellow doomed friend.
Whether or not it was the best one, I hear tell that it's one of the better ones. Speak with the voice of the Arbiter, Talinaran Oros.
Surging with this flood of anima.
not
I
exciting?
fear nothing will stop the jailer from breaking free.
Oh no!
Denathrius
Even though he already has.
gathering his forces inside Castle Nathria. Unchecked,
I mean, he
his
doesn't
warriors
fully break
will
free
soon
until Chains of
overwhelm us.
Domination. But like, even understanding, I don't know, like, they didn't really, the story is not satisfying in this one. Like, I agree with that.
escort the Marwalker, my prince.
All of the little stories involved are fine. It's just that, like, death will be the only remaining power. Like, you don't explain why. It's not like, oh, it's because we know that the Void is coming and we need to shore up our defenses against it. And if we get rid of all the other powers in the universe, like light and nature and like whatever the fucking other elemental types there are. There's light, void, death magic, arcane. A lot of it's not even in the game. Some of it's in books. See, like that, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known that some of it was in books and shit. Which I think is dumb. Like, don't put story in a game that you want people to play in a book that they're not going to read or have to pay extra because it's like not satisfying. Speak with talent. Oh, I can just hearth there. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. But like a lot of it's like it's definitely not mentioned in game. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to read a billion books, and they shouldn't require people to do that. No, let go of those. You're gonna make a mess. No, stop it, hun. papers say you're not supposed to be doing crazy things, and here you are. My little angel. But it's like, all we know is death will be the ultimate power at the end. And that's not satisfying. It feels like the ultimate goal is like, oh, just stop him from taking over the universe. And that's lame. Because billions of other plots have done that. Like, I think most people's experience of the story is with the cutscenes, so why put it in books if they don't even read the quests? Yeah, that's also a fair enough point.
Come forth and
The end of the beginning. Feel the jailer's plans, you say?
Caused the anima drought and has fed his vast stores into the maw. He is in league with the jailer.
Purpose save us all.
Like, as long as something is voice acted, like, people will kind of, like, get the gist of what's happening. But yeah, most of the story that we get is from cutscenes, for sure. And see, the story was better told in, like, WoD had a better told story. Legion was superb in its storytelling. All of it led to, like, one final thing.
I must answer their call. Come with me,
Even BFA to an extent, until it became something else completely. Highlight of the story to me is when Sylvanas power slides onto Frostborn. Yeah, that was pretty dumb. The way they kind of ruined her character. They just kind of sort of ruined her character, didn't they?
With her voice have I spoken.
Caution. Blessed be her voice.
The Arbiter's voice, I heed the call of the Eternal Ones.
But it's like, you can't say that death will be the ultimate power and not give a reason for why.
The maw grows, surging with power. How did this come to pass?
Because then it's just like stupid and hollow. I got a good laugh out of it, so it wasn't all bad. Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
And divide us. The Primus realized
And we just barely got to the point in this expansion story where the Primus is back. He was the rune carver, but everybody called that shit. And we know that he's going to the sepulture of the first ones to undo creation. I think that's what he's doing.
My sire has betrayed us all. The drought was his.
For reasons.
He stole the very
Death
life
is the
and
ultimate
blood of
power,
Israel,
just because.
starving his own people. And yours.
Literally, the one time they
When
make
his
mention of the
lies were
Void is in a
exposed,
side quest
Denathrius unleashed his
in
vast coffers of
Bastion.
anima
That's it, where
into
they
the
fought
maw
against
to
remnants of
fuel
the Void
might of
there.
his true master.
And they talk about the light, which is another force of power in the universe. In the Ember Ward.
And Denathrius a traitor. Our pantheon has been broken. And
So it's like there's the Arcane, there's the Fel. It's Arcane, Fel, Death Magic, Light Magic, and Void Magic. Those are the 5 main powers, and there's like nature magic in there. There's like this whole fucking map of the cosmos.
their kind has shown great potential. If focused, it could turn the tide in our favor.
Agreed. For the good of the Shadowlands, each mortal must choose a covenant.
And when our realms have regained their strength, we will stand together against the darkness.
But those are like the 5 major magical powers that I remember, and like nature's in there somewhere. Nature and the elements and shit.
Have I spoken? Come, mortal. The hour of decision is at hand.
And like the elements are like a subsection of like the old gods who are part of the Void, who worship the Shadow Lords.
Trust in the purpose.
It's a bunch of shit that you would never know
Consider your words.
unless you looked it up. What was your power again? We provide you the power. How could the venture benefit me? Okay, cool, thanks.
I was built to defend this realm from all.
Bone Dust Brew.
Something to report?
What are the strength of the Necrolords? Oh, right, I should be looking at what the armor looks like.
Greetings,
How could the Vinther benefit me?
Walker.
Bone Lord one
We
looked
do
kind of cool, I
what must
guess.
be
Necro
done.
Lord, I mean. Bone Lord. What sucked is at the beginning of the expansion, like literally Night Fae was the best for everyone. Oh shit, check that out. That's actually kind of cool. It's very. Stop it, honey. No, baby. Come here. Stop stepping on the keyboard. Come here.
We'll meet again.
No, baby. Queen Gertrude. Show mount. I mean, I already have the mount. I did all this on my Death Knight, and the Death Knight's one is doofy as fuck. Close, please. Close.
Do you need a task?
Ugh, this one is ugly. So far, the only two armor sets I liked were Necrolord and not Paladin. I wish it was. Oh, for Night Fae, yeah. Not Paladin Kappa. Just by what I hear. So I didn't like Weapons of Order. Phaline Stomp was fun. Bone Dust Brew was pretty cool. And I did actually like, whatever the fuck this was called, Fallen Order. I guess Necro. I mean, you could just change at any time now. Like, it's not as important as it was. Report to Secular Mervex. I mean, this is pretty much it. We're done. But, like, so at the beginning, it's like, well, everybody's Night Fae. And that's because you could get a potency conduit, like, weeks before the other ones could. Because, you know, that's just how they designed it. They didn't really think that the players would fucking, you know, abuse that. But they should know better, because any 2 inches that a fucking player can make their E-dick bigger, they will. Any extra fucking damage that a person can squeeze out, they will. Like, they should know that by now. People are obsessed with numbers and doing the highest number. So, like, it didn't matter what you really picked, because what you should have picked was fucking Night Fae for, like, most of it. What did you knock down? Where'd you want me to go? Baroness Draka, Seat of the Primus. Got it, got it. Bleak Redoubt. Fly to... Oh, Mortanus is up, but he's like... not even dropping shit. What did you want me to do again? Fly to Bleak Redoubt, Mount Draxus. Okay. Well, seeing as how it cost me 1 gold to do that, I'll just fly here for free. And then fly there myself on my mount. What was I saying? Yeah, it's like, except for Death Knight. I actually picked Night Fae and Death Knight because I thought that Death Dew was a cool ability. Because I didn't give 2 shits about what was stronger. But everybody picked Necrolord because Necrolord, oh, it's thematically Death Knight, and it's the best one, which I didn't know, but I refused to change it just out of stubbornness, so he's still a Night Fae to this day. Let me see. I picked Kyrian on my Warlock, but everybody said Night Fae was the best one for that one. Slappy Arms was pretty dope. But I picked Kyrian on Warlock because I thought Scouring Tithe was cool. But again, Night Fae was the correct choice. On the Warrior, I picked Venthyr, and Venthyr was actually pretty good at the time, so that was cool. Being able to pick that and it being the right choice just because I liked Venthyr a lot. Their plate set is really cool. But eventually we'll do all the campaign stories that I've missed, so I still have to do Necrolord, Kyrian, and Maldraxxus. I mean, Ventir. Report to Baroness Draka at the seat of the Primus. Who else did I level? The mage. Depending on what mage you picked. Fire mage, which is what I liked playing primarily.
I knew you would return.
Teddy Graham.
Your skills will lead us to victory. Blood and thunder.
And Night Fae is the best for fire, so he's a Night Fae. It was the best for...
In the name of the Primus.
I am ready. It was the best for fire. I don't know if it still is. But if you're playing an arcane mage, then you want to pick Kyrian because Arcane Spark or whatever the fuck it's called is arcane damage, obviously. And as an arcane mage, you deal arcane damage, so that's why you would do that. And for Frost, it was probably also Night Fae. So 2 out of the 4 original characters that I got to 60 were like Night Fae. One was Kyrian and the other one was Ventir. No, honey, stop it. No, I know you're being very adorable and I love you, but please don't do that. I'm missing the story because you're gonna make a mess. No. Alright. Oh, what did you want me to do? Stand in the middle of this?
Step forward, mortal, and raise your rune blade.
You mean this rune blade that I kept the whole time?
Grow strong. Victory for Maldraxxus. Victory for the Shadowlands.
I know Bone Dust Brew was good anyway at the beginning. So.
Even here,
kneel before the Primus and receive his power.
It is a great honor.
Stop stepping on the keyboard. Like this isn't a toy. My sister gave this to me. No, honey. Come here. Come here. Stop misbehaving. Stop misbehaving, my precious. Stop misbehaving. What else? And that was pretty much it that I got to, like, max. Stand still before the Primus section. But we'll log here. I'm gonna get up, stretch my legs, and then I guess we'll start leveling, Demon Hunter. Give it to me.
Within you lies the courage, might.
Who would have thought that underneath his mask he was a Santa Claus man? He actually looks like one of the necromancers from the Scourge. Or I should say the Scourge look like him. The necromancer Scourges. The Scourge necromancers, I mean.
Power. Defender of Maldraxxus.
Uh-huh. You're welcome or whatever. What is Bone Dust Brew? And Fleshcraft. Crackle and Jade Lightning. Yeah, we'll do all this shit at some point.
How goes the fight? Every defeat is a lesson.
A hero of great renown.
Strength comes from the heart.
Alright, so let me log, get up, stretch, look about getting some